Let me go back up here. I wasn't recording. All right, let me just show you these answers. So these are the answers for 1 through 3. And then here's number 4. It's asking you to find the surface area, and this is a trapezoidal prism. So again, what you're going to do is find the area of the trapezoid, which is 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height. Find the area of that, and that would be your base. And then there's 2 of them. So once you found the area of the base, multiply it by 2. And then this was the perimeter times the height. So you took the perimeter times it by the height.
Miss Corey?
Yes.
If the bases are 2 different sizes, how can you double them? I'm confused.
Okay, so it's always going to be, the bases are always going to be congruent figures. So the top and the bottom, and it, on this one, it wasn't necessarily sitting on its base. The base is actually over here.
Oh, okay.
You see that? So this is why you're always going to have to figure out which side you have 2 of that are congruent.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh. All right. Everybody good on number 4? All right, here's number 5. This is a pentagonal prism, and it's sort of sitting on its base. So here's the pentagon. So remember, this is the one where we have to do the formula 1/2 ANS. So they gave us the apothem. We know a pentagon has 5 sides, and the height or the side length was 11. So once we found the area of the base, which was a pentagon, it was 209. Then we could find the perimeter, because we knew the side length was 11 and a pentagon has 5. So perimeter is 11 times 5. And now to get the surface area, we would find the area of the 2 bases. So 2 times 209. And then perimeter times height. And then the surface area would be 968 kilometers squared. Remember, area, surface area, lateral area, total area, the units are always squared. Now, the prisms and the pyramids are the more challenging. When you do tonight's homework, which is going to be due on Wednesday, it's going to be cones and cylinders, and it's a lot easier. And the video for that is a lot shorter also. Everybody good on number 5? Let's move to number 6. This is a rectangular prism. Now, when it's a rectangular prism, it doesn't matter what you decide is the base. So some people might have set up their base differently, but as long as you get the 208 for the total surface area, that was fine. My base here was set up as the 10 by 2, so pretty much what it was sitting on. So you could see this 2 up here indicated it was the 2 down here. So remember, a formula for a rectangle is length times width or base times height. So the area of the base was 10 times 2, which was 20. And then from there, you could find the perimeter and then multiply it by the height. And then your final answer here is 208 miles squared. Number 7, hexagonal prism. So again, this one we have to find the area of the hexagon, doing the 1/2 ANS. And then here, our apothem was 10.4. A hexagon has 6 sides, and the side length was 12. So here is what we plugged it in, and then the area of the hexagon base, which there's 2 of, is 374.4. Then for the perimeter of a hexagon, 6 sides, 6 times 12, 72. So then here's where you put in the perimeter times the height and then add it to the 2 bases. So this is 1,324.8 feet squared. Then number 8. This is a square pyramid. So this time we only have one base when it's a pyramid, but we're still adding it to the lateral faces. And recall that that formula is 1/2 perimeter times slant height. So for here, the area of the base, it's a square. So 5 times 5 is 25. And then you'll do the lateral areas. And you would do the perimeter times the slant height. Perimeter, 5 times 4 is 20. Multiply it by your slant height, and then take half of that. So the surface area of the pyramid is 81 centimeters squared. Number 9. This time it's a rectangular pyramid. Now, this one we can't use any of the formulas. Let me go ahead and make it bigger. So really what we need to do here is find each of the lateral faces separately. But keep in mind that this back, so like we're going to do the area of the base, which is 5 times 2, and which is 10. But then we need to find this triangle over here, which is the same as this one over here. And then we need to do the front and the back. So we actually have to do them separately. But always remember the front and the back will be congruent, and so will the left and the right. And then you're just going to add them all up. And you're going to get 46.7 meters squared. So the rectangular pyramids are definitely more work. Pretty good on the first page. Let's try the second page.
Like, step by step. I know what I have to do, but I did it wrong.
Okay. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to first find the area of the base. So the area of the base is 5 times 2. So that's 10. Next, what I need to do is find the area of, say, this red triangle here. So the red triangle has a base of 2 and a height of 5.6. So formula for area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So 1/2, 2 times 5.6. So this would be this right side, but then over here, I also have a left triangle that's the same. So this is the base. I'm going to add it to the right. I'm going to add it to the left, which is the same. And then I also have to do the front triangle, which is blue, base 5, height 5.1. So front is 1/2, 5 times 5.1. And then I have to do the back, which is the same as the front. So 1/2, 5 times 5.1. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these numbers, the 10, I'm going to multiply this, 2 times 5.6. This will simplify, becomes a 1. Over here, same thing, simplifies. So this gives me 5.6, this gives me 5.6. Over here, I have to multiply these two, and I can divide it by 2. However you want to do those. It gives you 12.75. Then you're going to take these 5 numbers, add them up, and you get 46.7. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's go to this. Yes.
Can you go back to number 8?
Yes. So this one we could just do the area of the base plus the lateral area because it's a regular pyramid. When it's a regular pyramid, meaning a square on the bottom or an equilateral triangle, we can use the formula.
Okay.
All right, let's go to the second page.
Corey,
Yes.
can you explain number 9? I didn't.
Here's number 10. This is a pentagonal pyramid. So notice all the sides are the same. It's a regular figure. So we can use the formula. We can do the area of the base. And again, we need to use this polygon formula, 1/2 ANS. And then once we find the area of the base, then we'll find the perimeter. And again, perimeter, you take the number of sides. Pentagon has 5. 5 times 7, perimeter is 35. Multiply it by the slant height, which is 11.1, and then divide it by 2. So 278.25 meters squared. Number 11. Here's a triangular pyramid. And again, we can use the formula. So all of the sides were 10. This told me that it was regular. So I could find the area of the base, which is 1/2 base times height. So 1/2 10 times 8.7. So my base area was the 43.5. And then from there I could find the perimeter. 10 plus 10 plus 10 is 30 times the slant height. And then divide by 2. And that gives me 228 inches squared. Pretty good on number 11. All right, number 12. This is a right triangular prism. So notice the right angle back here. So again, my base shape is the triangle. So 1/2 base times height, and I get 6. And then the perimeter of the base, this is if you knew your triples, you could find the length of this to be 5. But if not, you did Pythagorean theorem. And then from there, the perimeter is 3 plus 4 plus 5. And then times it by the height, which was 1, because you could sit it down on its side. Right now, it's not sitting on its base. So 2 times the base area, so 2 times 6 is 12, plus the perimeter, which was 12, times the height, which was 1. 12 plus 12, 24 yards squared. So again, these are the more challenging questions. So just keep that in mind. Cylinders and cones will definitely be easier. All right, let's go over the warm-up. So here is the warm-up. So it says to first determine if the solid is a polyhedron, and it's not a polyhedron because it's got curved sides, number 1. Number 2 is a polyhedron. And again, notice it's a pyramid, and then the shape on the bottom will determine what type of pyramid it is. Now, we don't have any congruency marks, so we're not certain that this is a square. So you could, if you don't have any indication about what the side lengths are of the base, I would just say it's a rectangular pyramid. It's got 5 faces, 5 vertices, and 8 edges. You can confirm that by using Euler's. Faces plus edges, faces plus vertices equals edges plus 2. So 5 plus 5 is 10, 8 plus 2 is 10. So yes, we did calculate these 3 numbers correctly. Then the next slide. This one again, same thing. Wants to determine, is it a polyhedron? Yes, it is. There's no curved sides. And again, to name it, we're going to find out what the base is. The base is a pentagon, even though it's not sitting on its base. Because we have 2 pentagons, it's a pentagonal prism. There are 7 faces, 10 vertices, and 15 edges. Again, you can use Euler's theorem to confirm that you did calculate it correctly. Any questions on the homework or the warm-up? Okay, so what you're going to be doing is once this meeting's over and you have your lunchtime, you can either work on your homework, which is to watch the video for cones and cylinders. And then you're going to complete the notes and turn in the notes. The notes are a lot shorter, so you shouldn't have any problems submitting those notes to Canvas. You're also going to complete the homework, and then you're also going to do the warm-up for the cylinders, the cones, and the pyramids and the prisms. And I'll put on an assignment on Canvas so you can, so you don't forget to do it. Any questions? All right, so we do not have any tests or quizzes this week or next week. It will be the following week, and you will have a test. Any questions on that? All right. Any questions on anything that's happening? All right, let me go back to my other screen. All right, so I'm gonna turn my iPad off. Let me go back to Zoom. Okay. Any questions? Were you able to hear me throughout this? Could you guys all hear? Yes? Okay. All right. Any questions about what we've done so far? All right. So the test is going to be open notes. So I would have a piece of paper with all of these formulas. Start writing everything down. Everybody good on that? I don't know if we're going to let you use open notes on your iPad or if we're going to make you do lockdown browser. So I would be writing all of the formulas down on a piece of paper. Any questions? Yes.
If you are like meeting with a teacher after school, how do you meet them on Zoom? Do you send us a code or something?
Yeah, they'll probably send you a code. So so anytime that like if you're absent, like if for some reason you miss a quiz or something, you're gonna have to do a one-on-one retake while the teacher sits and watches just you take the quiz or the test makeup. So they should be sending you a Zoom invitation. So I'll be sending out a Zoom invitation anytime I have to meet someone. Any other questions? So basically what's happening now with this new schedule, you have to be logged in every morning, and then after that, you'll be able to either email your teachers or they'll set up an extra practice or something like that. All right, any questions? All right, so I guess that's it. I know we still have about 15 minutes, but any questions on anything? All right, so you can start watching your video then on the cylinders and the cones. Complete the notes, turn them in, do the homework assignment, and then also do those 2 warm-ups. And I'm gonna add an assignment to Canvas for that. Pretty good? All right, that's it. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys on Wednesday. All right, welcome, bye. cross-eyed.